Hey there, HillCo family, welcome back. Today we're in the bee yard and I've got Rob with me today from Lorob Bees. Did I say that right?
Oh yeah.
Lorob Bees.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, well great. I've heard it say different ways and it's kind of one of those deals where it's like, is it Lorob? Lorob?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a blend of my mom and I's name, Lori and Rob. So yeah, Lorob Bees is how I kind of pronounce it, how I came up with it.
Yeah.
People say it all different ways. I don't get too bent out of shape about it.
That's great. Well, this worked out great. He's actually in town, so he's close to us, so we decided to meet up, and we've got some nukes that we were getting ready to do some oxalic acid on, and it worked out that he was here, so he's going to be able to tell us a little bit about the product. And we've got two different ones set out here. We got the full-size version and the compact version. Is that the names that you would typically use for that?
Yeah, so generally this is our original InstantVap. It's the one that debuted the InstantVap into the US. Battery protection, all that good stuff. Both units have that. So we really call this the original. We never really renamed it. I didn't want to, add confusion, that kind of thing. The new one's small and compact. It's a lot more refined. We tried to make it as user-friendly as possible across the board. So the whole piece is some of the things that people liked and disliked about it was they were able to look at the temperature and be very precise and know what temperature they're treating at, along with the voltage and that kind of thing. The hardest part though was when you get some light at certain angles, you get a glare on it. Sometimes it's hard to see. Again, sometimes that's a minimal thing for people. Regardless, with the compact, it's got a very easy to see red LED light.
Sure.
Just, it's very bright, it's good at any angle, and it does all the calculation of the PID controller and all that.
That's awesome.
Wrapped up in a proprietary circuit board. So yeah, so there's been a lot of advancements. There's pros and cons to both of them. A lot more pros in both categories.
That's great. That's great. So what do you recommend? I've got DeWalt here. These are a couple DeWalt. This is a 5 amp hour. Is that good enough for me?
Yeah, so the 5 amp hour is the smallest battery that we recommend. Okay. So DeWalt does a weird thing where they have a series called a power stack battery. If you're familiar with them, they're like the half size. They're like the size of a 2, but they say they're a 5, and sure, they're probably great for a circular saw. They're not great for these. So these units are a little deceptive in the fact of there's not a big blade spinning or something like that. They do burn a lot of energy in these batteries. So the bigger the battery, the more colonies you're getting through. Less than a 5 will not do what you need. So an investment in good batteries, not knockoff ones, will last you many years with these units. Yeah.
A question I get asked a lot, so if I'm using a 5-6 amp hour battery like this, how long will it last? Is there a rough number? Hey, if I'm running, let's just say we're doing 2 grams. If that 2 grams, we'll just single 2 grams per box, or whatever size colony you have. How many hives can I do with that 5 amp hour battery?
So the general rule of thumb with the 5 amp hours, and most customers are going for that when they only have a few colonies in their backyard, that kind of thing. The commercial guys always go for the heavy duty batteries, because the more amp hours you have, the more colonies you're going to get out of it substantially. The bigger the battery, the more treatment. So a 5 amp hour battery at 2 grams, you're going to see somewhere in the range of 20 to 23 treatments, depending on outside variables, wind, temperature, that kind of thing. If you bump that up to 4 grams, so you double your dose, max the plunger out at 4 grams, you're going to do something like 10-ish treatments with that battery. The compact, you'll get a few more just because it's a little bit more refined. It's got a little bit more precise calculation among some other features there, but still the same ballpark. You step up to a 6, it increases like 30%. Okay. Which is, numbers-wise, it's a very big step, and it goes up from there. I've got a 6 amp hour not power stack, it's a flex volt. So it's the 60-20. You can also run those on these units, but you get a much higher amp hour out of them, so you get much longer run time. Okay, good to know. So yeah, so that's the baseline. From there up, you can run as big as you want. They've got crazy big batteries out now. Okay. That make these like accessories to the battery size-wise.
That's awesome.
But you can put anything on them. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. So let me have my tech lady come in here, and I'm just going to put this battery on, and I notice I get some information that comes up on the screen here right away. Tell me what I'm looking at here.
So you can see here you've got a, sometimes it doesn't show up great on the screens because it flickers.
Yeah.
But, on the top here, we're reading our current bulb temp, which is also normally like outside air temp if you haven't turned it on. So we're in the upper 80s. Your bottom temperature is your set temperature, kind of like a thermostat in your house, just really hot. So 445 degrees Fahrenheit is what they all come pre-programmed to. You can change this up and down by like 20 degrees, but we always tell people to keep it set here. This has been the industry standard for a long time. Some of our other competitors run in Celsius, which is always 230 Celsius.
Right.
So when people see 445, they go, oh, it's way too hot. It's way too hot. It's not. It's the exact same number, just we're used to Fahrenheit stateside, so that's what I wanted, so people are very aware of what they have going on. So yeah, so they have buttons on them. You don't need to worry about any of these buttons.
That's great.
Flip a power switch, wait for the numbers to match, and you're ready to treat. And it's that easy. These have a very convenient voltage meter on the top. That is a feature that you will miss with these, though it does protect the batteries and let you know when they're low. Sometimes knowing if you can squeak a few more colonies out of it is a benefit.
Sure.
So that is a feature that these have that I really like with the full-size version.
Okay, so out of the box, all I need to do is hook my battery up, flip the switch on, wait for it to heat up.
Yep, it's about 3.5 minutes, something like that. Either unit, that's about how long it takes. After that, your treatments are very quick, but the original heat up time will burn about 2 amp hours worth of battery.
Okay.
So you know, if you go from yard to yard and are expecting to get 20 treatments out of it, but you did 4 heat up cycles, you're going to need more battery.
A lot of energy there, isn't there?
Yeah. So consideration to make. We do have carrying cases. I have one in our vehicle. Those carrying cases, you can run the unit hot and then take it with you, you know, down the road essentially. So it doesn't have to cool to air temperature. So you can save energy by not having to let it cool all the way down to waste that energy.
That's great.
So there's a lot of techniques you can do to make that better.
Okay. So I put my DeWalt battery on, we're calling this the compact version?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. On
the compact version. And we just got a on-off switch here and then an LED. And you just turn that on, and our LED is flashing. Does that mean it's heating up then?
Yeah, so on the top here, we've got a little indicator piece, just in case people forget. A slow blink is heating, a solid light is ready, a fast blink is when it's calculating and doing a treatment. So if you put more OA in it, it's actually crunching numbers to say, okay, well, it's this amount of time until the OA is gone out of it. And when it stops this fast blinking and goes to either slow or solid, you can move colonies.
Go ahead and move on.
So the part where that's important is that's generally wasted time, and it's about 15 or 20 seconds per treatment. That if you wait for this to get back up to 445 completely, it's about 15 or 20 seconds extra that you're burning. Now you can do the same process. You can get good at finding that sweet spot when it's done, but 15 or 20 seconds saved in a yard of 100 colonies, you're saving a lot of time there a piece. So yeah, so that's part of the benefit. That's what makes us the 30% or so faster across the board, is that management, and it takes the guesswork out of it with that simple LED light. That's great.
And what other accessories? So you mentioned a battery box. I can use this with plastic hives and with different adapters on it?
So we make a PTFE insulator that we turn in the shop. It's a little turn part, goes on the end. It allows you to treat those Apame colonies straight through the front entrance. I run a lot of those Apame boxes. I like them a lot. For a lot of things. They're like a Swiss Army knife. I kind of like investing in things that last, and you know, so it goes hand in hand. The PTFE insulator works great. We have a insulator for the top of the bowl here that's called a roof. Again, in colder months will help really lock that heat in. We saw great increases over winter with these. We haven't really gone a full season with having them on here to have hard statistical numbers. But we saw something like almost a 30% increase in run time out of the original with that on there.
That's great.
So there are big benefits there. We also have quick cleaning caps with them as well. They're a pink cap that you can essentially steam clean the internals. So rather than a 10-minute treatment cycle and hoping not to get too much water in the wrong places in them and all that, it's quick and easy. You can do it every 50 colonies or so, steam clean the unit, move on down the road, keep your efficiency up. That's the big ticket there.
That's probably where I lack a little bit. Mine's a little gummy up here. I probably should have. I need to get that steam cleaner and get that going.
We'll hook you up with that. That's not a big deal.
Well, Rob, I appreciate you coming out and giving us the ins and outs of all this. I'll have our tech team put all the links down below and ready to go, or in the video, or maybe up there to the left. But we'll get all that taken care of for you. This is all connected on our website. Go straight to Rob over there, and he direct ships them straight for us, so you know it's coming straight from the factory, straight from these guys. It's good quality, high product, high quality product. This is my personal one. We've been using this now, well, over a year. Love it. It does exactly what he says. I was testing him, see if I could get 25 colonies out of that, and I do. I was curious if he said he does, and it absolutely does. You know, you can get that 20 to 25 with that 5 amp hour battery. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for joining us here at HillCo, and we'll see y'all later.